कुछ है तुम्हें पूछना है?
नहीं।
ठीक है। हमारे कोर में साइलेंस है। कोर समझते हो ना? केंद्र में, सेंटर में। हमारे सेंटर में साइलेंस है। और हमारी जो भी तलाश है वो साइलेंस के लिए ही है। हम जो कुछ भी करते हैं उस साइलेंस के लिए ही करते हैं। साइलेंस है कहाँ? कोर में है, सेंटर में। लेकिन हम जो कुछ भी करते हैं वो कहाँ करते हैं? वो सारी एक्टिविटीज कहाँ होती है? या तो बाहर होती है या तो मन में होती है। पर जो चाहिए वो मन के भी पीछे है। हम दूसरी दिशा में ही जा रहे हैं, रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं। तो वहां जाने से वो कैसे मिलेगा? यानी कि फिजिकल एक्टिविटी, मेंटल एक्टिविटी तुम कितनी भी कर लो, जो कोर है तुम्हारा, साइलेंस, तुम उस तक नहीं पहुंचोगे। तुम जो प्लेजर भी इंजॉय करते हो, सेंसेशनल या कुछ भी, वो भी इसलिए इंजॉय कर पाते हो कि इस कोर में तुम्हारे साइलेंस है। तुम्हें साइलेंस क्रिएट नहीं करना है। तुम्हें साइलेंस में जाकर के बस बैठ जाना है, बस उतना करना है। जो साइलेंस से जितना दूर होगा वो उतना ही परेशान रहेगा। मेंटल हेल्थ उस साइलेंस से ही आती है, उस कोर से ही आती है। माइंड मतलब मेंटल डिसऑर्डर। डिसऑर्डर का ही दूसरा नाम मन है। माइंड एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करेगा अगर किसी तरीके की कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो। तो मन की शांति जैसी कोई चीज होती ही नहीं है। अशांति का ही, प्रॉब्लम का ही दूसरा नाम मन है। तो ट्यूमर भी हो, कैंसर भी हो और साथ में हेल्थ भी हो, इम्पॉसिबल। कैंसर है तो हेल्थ नहीं है, हेल्थ है तो कैंसर नहीं है। तुम्हें चाहिए क्या? साइलेंस। और तुम करते क्या हो? तुम और कैंसर, ट्यूमर लगवा लेते हो अपने ऊपर। जितनी भी तुम्हारी दौड़ है, जितनी भी तुम्हारी मेहनत है, वो साइलेंस के लिए ही है, लेकिन उसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है। क्योंकि वो है ही, जो है ही उसके लिए मेहनत क्यों करनी है? जो मिला ही हुआ है उसके लिए हाथ पैर क्यों मार रहे हैं? तुम्हें खुद से कभी कोई अर्ज आएगा नहीं साइलेंस तक पहुंचने का। क्योंकि वो है ही। स्पिरिचुअलिटी बस इसलिए है ताकि जो तुम बाहर दौड़ लगा रहे हो वो रुक जाए। और कुछ टाइम जब तुम अंदर दौड़ लगाओ, अपनी कंडीशनिंग को देखना है, ये सब करना है, तो एक पॉइंट आए जहाँ पर तुम्हें ये समझ में आ जाए कि जो सर्च है वो फ्यूटाइल है, उसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। जिस दिन तुम्हें ये साफ साफ दिखने लगा, उस दिन तुम साइलेंस हो ये तुम्हें पता चल जाता है। कंडीशनिंग, सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन तुम उसके बाद भी करोगे, लेकिन अब ऐसी कोई अर्जेंसी नहीं है। अभी तुम जो कुछ भी करोगे, जो भी मेथड फॉलो करोगे, वो इस एम से करोगे, इस पर्पस से करोगे कि मुझे साइलेंस में जाना है। जब तुम्हें पता ही चल जाए कि ये डुअलिटी भी नहीं है, तुम ही साइलेंस हो, तुम्हें समझो या ना समझो तुम साइलेंस हो। जिसे हम स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी कहते हैं, अगर वो मान लो तुम्हारी 6 महीने की है, जिसे तुम 6 महीने बाद जा करके रियलाइज करोगे, वो अभी भी है। तुम चाहो तो अभी भी रियलाइज कर सकते हो, लेकिन वो चीज़ सुपरफिशियल होगी। डीप डाउन तुम्हें यही लगता रहेगा कि नहीं नहीं, भी ढूंढना है, वो ढूंढना है। तुम्हें क्या लगता है कि जो स्पिरिचुअल वगैरह नहीं है, और वो मान लो कैपिटलिस्ट है फॉर एग्जांपल, या एम्बिशियस है, दौड़ में लगा हुआ है, वो नहीं है स्पिरिचुअल, वो भी स्पिरिचुअल है। वो भी स्पिरिचुअल है। उसे लगता है कि वो सारे अचीवमेंट्स उसको साइलेंस में ला करके छोड़ देंगे। और किस लिए हम इतनी वो करते हैं? कुछ करके उस तक पहुंचा नहीं जा सकता, तुम वही हो, तुम ही हो। क्योंकि तुम में कोई चेंज आएगा नहीं, तुम कितनी भी अपनी कंडीशन को समझ लो, तुम में चेंज नहीं आएगा। मन बदल सकता है, बदलता ही रहता है। चेतना का स्तर ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है, तुम में परिवर्तन नहीं आएगा कभी भी। तुम कितने ही घिनौने या फिर कितने ही धार्मिक आदमी हो, ये सब मन है। तुम में जो कोर है, जो साइलेंस है, उसमें ज्यादा कोई अंतर नहीं आएगा। All spirituality is just for the mind. For you, there is no spirituality. Search is futile. You are already that which you are trying to achieve. Who is trying to achieve? Mind is trying to achieve. बस यही देख लेना है। I am already silence. It's the mind who is trying to achieve by this, by that. कैसे हम साइलेंस ही है पता चले, तो उसके लिए just be attentive. In attention, there is no mind. You cannot think when you are attentive, and you cannot be attentive when you are thinking. Thought is mind, mind is ego. Attention is impersonal. There is no ego, there is no mind, there is no subjectivity. When you are attentive, then you listen what I am saying. But when you are trying to listen, when you are putting concentration, then you are not listening what I am saying. Then you are listening what you want to listen. So just be attentive. Mind will wander here and there because, see, it's a habit. It thinks that it has to achieve that, do this, do that, because it thinks that, oh, this might solve my problem. Let it do that. There is nothing like spiritual experiences. All experiences are material, they are physical. All experiences are in time. Spirituality is to realize that you are timeless. So it's a contradiction. So you cannot realize that you are timeless while doing something in time. What is time? Change, movement, effort. This is time. Who are you? Timeless. So there is no way to be who you already are. First reason is because you are already that. Second reason is, okay, let's say I am weak in a subject. I want to improve. So this improvement will take some time. This is okay for a subject, but for something that is timeless, even million years of effort won't suffice. because it is unnecessary. It won't even take a nanosecond because you are already that. All spirituality is just to make your mind relax. That's all. Who you really are, it doesn't need any relaxation. All relaxation is from you. If you are listening attentively, you might have been experiencing some sort of peace. Don't stick to this feeling, this sensation, this experience. This is not it. You are prior to all the experiences. You are prior to even realization and understanding. You are not dependent on understanding. What you are experiencing right now will vanish within few seconds. You will not vanish. Stick to who you are. Don't be dependent to spiritual experiences of peace, bliss, joy, contentment, all that. They are just your kids, you can say. You are their father. Who are you? Silence. From silence emerges peace, joy, bliss, all this. Don't imagine how silence would feel. Ego's biggest fantasy is to fantasize about egolessness. And by doing this, it stops itself from doing anything. Then it compares, oh, so egolessness will look like this. So, but that won't solve my problem. That won't solve my practical problem. So what's the difference? Yeah, peace and all that. I already know, but that won't solve my practical problem. So spirituality is not for me. This is what the ego does. Every person thinks that what he is thinking is legitimate. It's very, very important. It has some reason. It is genuine. Every human being thinks like that. In our own eyes, we are the most intelligent person in the world. This same thing your grandfather used to think, and your grandson would also be feeling. So if you think that your problems are genuine, it's just a tendency. It's the ego's tendency to take its thoughts seriously. All thought are the same. They just help in preserving the ego. Without thoughts, you don't exist. You who? You ego. So it is necessary for you to think continuously if you want to preserve yourself. In silence, there is no you, there is no ego, there is no mind, there is no past, there is no future, there is nothing. There is just existence. And you will develop sensitivity towards your body. All problems of mankind can be solved via spirituality, with the help of spirituality. A person who wants to quit smoking, once he realizes he is the silence, he would also be able to see that the body resists this. So this sensitivity will help him overcome this issue. He who is suffering from depression, once he realizes that he is not his mind, then it would help him. Get out of that mental phase. Yeah, sure, you can.
So I am understanding that there is, matlab, we are absolute, and you are in my dream, or I am in your dream, and we are, and that is just scenery that I am we are seeing, but we are one. We are the absolute, and, and mind is just a tool, and thoughts are in mind, and all thoughts are here to satisfy the ego of the mind.
Thought never suggests you anything. Thought can only suggest you what you have already suggested the thought. Thought will never say that I won't listen to this master because the ego is a illusion. It doesn't exist. No thought is going to say that. Thought cannot exceed the limitations of the thinker. So thought is a great servant, but of no use. And there is no we. There is nothing like you and me. I am just simply in your dream. You are the main character. Based on your conditioning, you decorate us. My properties are not my properties. My characteristics are not my characteristics. They are your projection based on your conditioning. There is just you here in this world. There is no other. There are bodies doing something, there are objects doing something, there is some movement, but the sense of self that you feel, do you feel s- any other kind of sense of self? Like, let's say somebody comes and talks to you, and and while doing that, you are feeling his sense of self or her sense of self. This sense of self is one. There is no you and me there. It's just one.
लाइक वो गाड़ी वाला एग्जांपल कि एक गाड़ी है वो चला रहा है, वो भी मैं हूँ, इंजीनियर बनाने वाला भी मैं हूँ, और मैं हूँ जो देख रहा हूँ वो भी मैं हूँ।
Mhm. See, you you are the witness. Now, you who? You think that the witness is in the body. So I see so many bodies here, so they are also witness. No, they are not the witness. There is no witness within your body also. Your body is not different from their body. It's just object material. Here is just material. Don't form any conception, any concept. It won't help. We feel that no, 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 we are person and they are also person. It's only because we are familiar with their behaviors. But we have to understand that it's just a bunch of behavior. They are just processes. There is no person. There are just processes. There are just cause and effect. Only one thing you can be have certainty about is your own existence as a silence. Don't take support of any word, any thinking, any thought. No conclusion is your conclusion. All conclusion is conditioning. Ego is very clever. It can preserve itself, calling itself as spiritual ego, better ego, seeker. Get rid of all the identities. Just sit with silence. Initially, that silence would be artificial. Then it would get refined, and then you will reach the real silence. The sense of other is your own sense. You experience that there is other, right? For example, right now you're talking to me. There is a sense of you, and then there is the sense of me. The sense of you, like the sense of other is your own sense. You are experiencing your own self, and your own self is the experience of silence. So there is three: other, ego, and silence. The experience of other is the experience of ego, because the way you are conditioned, same way you are experiencing me. So the experiencer is the experienced. The other is your own experience. Now, your so-called own experience is the experience of silence. When you will observe on the other, you will experience ego. When you will observe the ego, you will come to the silence. I am not saying silence is your real nature. I am saying you are silence. No intellect, no concepts can contain you. You are prior to intellect. You are the source of intellect. Non-duality is the source of duality. Silence is non-duality. Silence is the origin point. You are that origin. What else is God? This is the only definition of God, the creator. You are the creator, so that's why you are God. You are timeless. Ti- Anything that is a product of time can never know the limitations of time. Only you can know because you are timeless. This bird is one with the silence. You are that silence. The reason why these animals are so much at ease is because they know their source. The child is with the mother. You are the mother. That is why, with self realization, with clarity, compassion also comes. That's why you must have seen images of saints and sages near rabbits and various other animals. But if you go close to any animal, they will run away. Why? Because you don't have self knowledge, because you don't know who you are. So you are violent. Because you are violent, so they are just protecting themselves. The more you will go away from your origin, the more you will love noise, tension, effort. So, to call you back, they give you some methods which require effort. But the point is to make you understand that there is no need for any effort because you are never away from the point. There is nothing like you are away from the origin, now you are back to the origin. You are origin. There is no duality there. If there is duality, it is your own expression. So enjoy. Every emotion is you, every thought is you. Because you identify with the thought, so you become the thinker and you suffer. You are timeless, you enter time and you suffer. Your place is timeless. And that suffering is also okay because it's your own expression. This might sound like some utopia or something like that. To feel good. And there is no death because of attachment to this body. You create separation between this body and other bodies and the whole nature. This body is the nature. This, whatever you see in your room, all that, and this body is one. So if anything dies, what has died? Nothing. If anything comes into existence, what has come into existence? Nothing. All the people who have died till now, they are in your body. They are in the universe. Because you identify with name and physical structure and you create differences. Every face cut, every face shape, structure, size, body shape, all is beautiful only because you have beauty standards and so much social conditioning. So you see differences. In your eyes, you do exist, right? Only you exist. You are just listening to my voice. Don't think that there is somebody speaking. When you are in attention, if I speak or you are listening to a bird singing a song, it's the same thing. Words are nothing, it's your own attention which gives life to words. You need to be attentive. The one who is sitting or standing or listening to me is not who you are. Okay, let's understand what is this body. The body is a product of evolution. Evolution has taught it that it just need food, shelter, just so that it can survive. And while doing self-preservation, it has to reproduce as much as possible because it's not about this body, it's about the nature. This body is the nature. Nature wants to expand. Because the nature wants to expand, so the primary requirement is survival. Now, what will you do? What's the point of survival if you're not reproducing? So you will run after any woman. And then this is what the body wants. Food, rest, and sex all the time, as much as possible. You eat for sex, you sleep for sex, you take rest for sex. All your planning is for sex. Even your psychological stuff that goes on in the mind is just for sex. What is mind? Mind wants constant entertainment. It wants constant occupation. It wants to occupy itself with something all the time. What else is ADHD? I want as much as content as many times for as long as possible, all the time. Okay, so I'm listening to this. I will also focus on that. What else is OCD? Oh, this is causing me some sort of sensation in the body. I don't like this. I need to change it. Change this. I will change its order. I need to clean this. I need to be assured of something. I want reassurance again and again. What is embarrassment? Unnecessary recalling a memory. But one thing is common in all the mental disorders, and that is you're occupying your mind. You don't want to sit with silence. You don't want to realize you are the silence. No point of sitting with silence. That's why I'm saying mental health comes from silence. If you are not realizing who you really are, you will suffer. Every person that you see around you is a mental patient. If the definition of mental disorder is not being the one who you are, then everybody you see around yourself is a mental patient. Because we consider mental disorder only to those things which we don't find in majority, so that's why you don't find them in mental asylums. If anybody is afraid, if anybody is ambitious, planning all the time, he's a mental patient. If he's finding happiness in the future in his plannings, if his confidence is coming from his planning, then he is a mental patient. Okay, so what have you understood? Yes.
Mm, I will adjust not because of anything. I am adjusting and I will adjust. But all this world is scenery and I am just adjusting. I am just peace. Only peace.
Mhm. You are not peace, you are just silence. Peace is just your servant. They are just for your entertainment. Peace is a experience. It comes and goes. Peace is not there for 24/7. When you sleep, there is no peace, but silence is still there. You feel
And
relaxed only when you come closer to the point of silence. That's why we all love sleeping. It's not because of dreams, it's not because of body. Body is tired, so let's sleep. No, it's not for that. It's for you. Because in sleep, the ego is not. That's why.
from peace I mean no activity, stillness.
No, that stillness is you. That stillness should not be found in the mind. The nature of body and mind is constant activity. For no moment it can be at ease. You are still. If you are really the witness, you will be witness in middle of the market while doing so much effortful work. Yes, effort is there, but physically and mentally, not by me. Yes, my mood is not all right because the situations will affect the mind. Don't become like a rock that whatsoever happens, I am the witness. Yes, you are the witness, but the mind is not the witness. The body is not the witness. The body and mind will react. The reaction will vary whether you are self realized or you take yourself as the ego. Right now, you may be experiencing all that, but if you are watching porn, for example, right now, the mind will start enjoying it. You are not the one who is enjoying. Don't take your identity from the mind. Otherwise, all you will do is suppress it and create a better image of it. As I said, the mind is always interested in entertainment. It wants nothing else but entertainment. Spiritual journey is also entertainment. If somebody is crying in front of you, you might feel sad. Let that happen. Let all that happen. Let the body do whatsoever it wants to do. Let the mind do whatsoever it wants to do. You remain who you are. Because whatsoever they are doing, it's not affecting you. Let the body do its movements spontaneously. Then you can watch, you can observe. But in the name of mindfulness and self observation, don't disturb them. Then you will really understand that you are silenced. Then you won't even feel the body. Yes, there will be sensations, obviously, but not the way you do right now. See if there is any doubt, because this realization is something that Buddha, Mahavir, and all the enlightened beings, they all have realized only this, that they were always the silence. Buddha thought that he had to achieve some state, so he was putting 10 years effort under a tree. And it has been not even 1 hour. And as you say, you have realized you are peace. So see if there is any doubt. And if there is any doubt, who is the experiencer of the doubt? And if there is an experiencer of the doubt, then the experiencer is also perceived, witnessed. Who is the witness of this doubt and the experiencer of the doubt? You are that witness. Do this for yourself. Maybe I need to be put more effort. This kind of thought can come. So, okay, all right, this thought is coming. To whom? To somebody, right? To somebody. Somebody is getting affected. And what is that experience? There is some sensation in the body, there is some stress. You don't want that. You want it right now. But the thought is saying, no, 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 it will take some time. Who is the one who is experiencing it? There is somebody who is experiencing it. But you are seeing that somebody. You are aware of that somebody. Please see that you can live without this experiencer and the thought. But the experiencer and thought cannot live without you. Experiencer and the thought or any other object are in the mind. You can live without the mind, but the mind cannot live without you. Sit in silence for 2 3 minutes. Then tell me what you have experienced. Whatsoever you have experienced, you are prior to all experiences. Nothing but silence. There is no substitute for silence. No experience can be the substitute for silence. Osho himself has said that enlightenment is the last myth because there is nobody to get enlightened. There is no seeker, there is no person. Yes, there is mind, there is body, there is activity. Yes, we can even record that as CCTV for physical movement and some devices for mental movement. But that will not be valid reason to say that there is somebody who is alive.
I just experience nothing but every activity that is happening in surrounding of me is मतलब वो मेरे होने का एहसास करवा रही है और जहाँ मैं हूँ वहाँ साइलेंस है।
जहाँ हो वहाँ
साइलेंस है।
हम्म हाँ around you there is so much sound, so much is
वो
happening.
सब मेरे होने की वजह
But
से ही है।
but in you, which means you are not moving, you are not changing, you are the same. So much is happening around you. Wherever you go, you even go on the moon, on the surface of the moon. Even there, you will find some things going here and there, some stars, some activity. But even there, you won't be changing. You would remain the same.
I am same in my childhood as my teenage.
Yeah, while celebrating or while crying, regretting, doing whatever, any activity of the mind, any physical activity, you remain the same, as if it doesn't matter to you. So there is
What
nobody to even say that there is something that is happening, because whatever is happening will affect to somebody. That stuff
this body
outside. Hmm?
मतलब this body is not bound to me.
No, it's not your
I,
body, first of all.
this body.
This body and whatever you see around yourself, this is not yours because this is you. Only problem is you identify with only this body. If you identify with 800 crore bodies, then there is no suffering. What is the biggest fear in a human's life? Fear of losing ourselves or family members. If I'm not saying that declare 800 crore people as your family member. I am saying declare that those 800 crore bodies are your body. So every day so many people are dying. You don't even know who is dying. So there is no chance of suffering. Only because there is isolation. Only because there is concentration on few bodies, on few people. So you suffer. You have four people in your family. All your expectations, hopes are associated with those four people only. This is concentration. In concentration, there is suffering. Attention is on 800 crore people, and they are me. How can I consume myself? How can I cry for myself? And you want to know what Maya is really? people around you, they don't exist, but they behave as if they do. There is nobody that exists, but still, the way they behave, they can make you feel that as if they are. But there is just physical movement. They are talking, they're walking, they are doing something. There is physical effort. There is utilization of energy, but there is nobody. The wind is blowing, the clouds are moving, but there is nobody, the operator of the clouds. Your body is like empty boat. There is no controller of the boat. The ocean or river is the existence. The boat is not different from the ocean. They are one. Superficially, there is physical uh, appearance difference. Deep down, it's one. So you won't even call one. Do you say here in air in my house, air in neighbor's house? Because it's same air. So you don't even use the word one air. We just say air. And we don't even remember and recall this word air, air, air because it is so obvious. The roots and the leaves are one. The roots and the fruits are one. The root and the flower are one. Non-duality and duality are one. You are still unchanging and at the same time constantly changing. We feel bored because we take things as if they are uh, just not changing. You deep down believe that in the room you are, the stuff, the object in front of you has not changed, but it has changed. Your eyes cannot look at it and your eyes cannot identify, but it has changed. It's like around you there is river. You cannot say, oh, the river is here like this, there like that. Even for you to say that something exists, it must be there even for a nanosecond. Things are changing constantly. It's like a flow. How will you create boundaries in flow? So this is X and now X is like this. There is no X. The moment you say X, it has changed. Now X is just in your mind as an image. So you're looking at that image in front of you of that object. This is what JK says as observer is observed. That image of that object is now in your brain as a memory. And your collection of memories. What else? Your personality is collection of memories, your achievements, your failures, all that. So you are projecting that memory on that object and operating accordingly. Only for the first time do you see the object. Second time you see the subject only. That's why he also asks, have you ever seen a rose in your life? All the time you see rose, subconsciously you label it, oh, it's a rose flower. You are just repeating, recalling that image. You have never seen the real image. You have never seen the real object. There is just flow around you, always changing. You are not changing. And both of this, or you are. Forget about me. Forget about all the people you see around yourself. Only you are here. Only these things are here. I speak or birds communicate with each other. They are exactly the same thing. Don't say that, no, they must be discussing some trivia about some food or some nest, or we are here doing something superior to them. No, it's not like that. It's the same thing because they are also doing that from the silence, and we are also doing from the silence. There is nothing like scrolling addiction, mobile phone addiction, porn addiction, cigarette addiction, smoking addiction, alcohol addiction. No addiction is there. It's just an attempt of the mind to fill itself with something or the other. That's why all the time we are just gossiping. Oh, what he did, what she did, how did he reply to you? Oh, what's your son is doing now? As if it really matters to you. It doesn't matter to you, but for just this moment, you want to fill your mind with some rubbish, some trash. And this trash can take the shape of spiritual discussions also. So it's important to realize that it's for the mind, not for you. All this discussion is for the mind, not for you. I am not creating the witness here. The mind is noisy. It feels as if it is detached from its source, but it is never detached. Next time you see a cow, or a sheep, or a goat, or any other animal, just see how relaxed they are, as if even the statue of all the enlightened beings that will fail in front of their calmness. Their entire body is emitting enlightenment. If you can meditate while looking at them, just look. They will teach you more than reading any scripture. When you see that you just buy a pet animal and it has been just 2, 3 days and now it is familiar with your family, you guys are so big in front of that dog or that cat. Where is this confidence coming from? It is coming from realization of who they are, who we are. We are one. They don't know intellectually, conceptually, in the form of language. They have no language, but they also know. They know that they are not in strangers' land. It's their house. All place is their place. They are not in some god-forsaken land, and now they have to repent something. They had some bad past lives, so it's good that they are suffering today. They don't have such stupid, superstitious stories of past life or next life. There is no life even today. There is nobody living. So what is this next life or previous birth? There is no birth. The one who took birth is not the same. So he has died the moment he took birth. because things are changing constantly. The one who gave you birth, she is not the same today. Please understand. Memory creates the illusion of continuity. The lady that gave birth to you has changed. She's a stranger. Even the moment I said this, she has changed, let's say, 100 times. Change is happening constantly. It is not even taking nanosecond. It's a flow. There is nothing here. Look at look at your room. The objects that you see are one. The distinction you make is just because of social conditioning and physical conditioning. The eyes look at them like this only. These people are just playing the roles, nothing. It's just that they are taking it seriously. And this happens in like the people who takes a certain kind of character so seriously, they don't even leave it even after the shooting. It gets stuck in their mind. They even start walking like that character in real life. But no, 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 no. This feels real. All this feels real. But your dream also feels real. When you are seeing the dream, when you are experiencing whatever is going on in your dream, even then it feels real, doesn't it? You're talking to a girl, you guys are about to have sex. It all feels real. Same thing can happen in real life. You are on a date. It feels real. But this is also witnessed by something. See, in the dreams, the dreamer is completely lost, but there is something that is not lost. That is the witness. Even in the so-called waking state, you are completely lost in the experience. But the one who's witnessing, it is not lost. You are that witness. You're neither the object, obviously, and also not the subject. You're prior to subject object. Subject object arises together. The way you perceive the world, I don't perceive. The world and I exist together, arise together. There are 800 crore people and there are 800 crore world also. There is just one planet Earth, but 800 crore worlds. Your world is not my world. Even if you get a chance to see my dream, the way you will perceive would be different. The perceiver is the perceived. Because your conditioning is not similar to my conditioning, so you cannot perceive my dream exactly the same way I do. Are you waiting for me to speak further, or you are already at ease with who you are? Because all this is just for the mind. For you, nothing is required. You are already complete. No success, no failure can touch you. And this is not, I am not motivating you. I'm not giving you any therapy. All these psychologists, therapists, you know what blunder they are doing? When they say, "Oh, we are sorry for you, this happened with you, do this method meditation, let's get into therapy." They're declaring that first of all, the subject exists and the object is genuine to be afraid of or to suffer. That their depression is real. And by saying this, they are also saying that there is somebody to have depression. And they're also saying that there can be somebody without the depression. The experiencer is the experienced. The one who is having depression is not different, separate from this mental state of depression. So to preserve itself, you will never come out of depression. Please understand. Thought preserves the ego. Thought will never stop. It can come in the form of asking you, oh, please tell me how to stop the mind. And this is something the mind is doing. But it will continue doing because it has to preserve the ego. Similarly, today you are depressed, tomorrow you will have anxiety, next day you will be having some hope about something, all that, and all this will continue. Because all this makes you believe that there is somebody, there is nobody, there is nobody to suffer. Yes, your suffering is your own stupidity. That's what illusion is. It feels real, but it is not at the same time. Dream appears real, but still it's a dream. Similarly, the so called waking state right now. You believe, you feel that you are listening to somebody there. You are also somebody, he is also somebody. No, there are nobody. Yes, there is sound, there is speaking, there is listening, there is understanding. All this is happening without your effort. Brain is functioning, ears are listening. If you are attentive, understanding is happening on its own. If you are smart and if you think that no, 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 I need to put effort to understand, then there is no understanding. Then you are just listening your own echo chamber, filtering what I'm saying, understanding based on your convenience, avoiding some pointings because it directly kills the ego. Anything you want to ask?
No.
They try to understand silence, but they can never understand silence. It is just, as I said, mind wants entertainment, and spiritual research is also just another entertainment. You can never know the silence, your source. Why? Because knowing is something which is limited to the brain. Our IQ is not same. Why only Tesla? Why not anybody else? Because of difference in intellect. First condition. Second thing is absolute truth is prior to evolution, prior to time. When there were dinosaurs, absolute truth was there. So my own creation, my own manifestation can never know me. The potter makes the pot, but the pot can never know the configuration of the potter. So it's futile to post do the post-mortem of the absolute truth. It's better to just observe your own mind. Otherwise, why was not Tesla not enlightened? Why was not why was he not self-realized? Why any scientist is not self-realized? If knowing is the real thing, and that too knowing the absolute truth, not your own conditioning, then why are they not realized? They're just playing with concepts and concepts are dead. See,
They are
Water,
just
W-A-T-E-R. W-A-T-E-R is not water. Please understand. Only because you have experienced water, so you get an image in the mind when I say water. Had you had no experience of this thing, this liquid, this thing, you won't be able to get anything. Still, you would imagine. When I say silence, so you imagine a kind of relaxed mental state when there is no anxiety. Something that you suffer, so you imagine this won't be there. For example, if somebody suffers overthinking, if I say silence, so he will imagine there is no overthinking. Similarly, based on your previous experiences, you will imagine what exactly this water is. That imagination is not what water is. That's why sages have already said that please don't inquire into the truth. It's futile. You will end up getting disappointed. And the reason is because naturally you don't feel that inquiry, right? This is unnatural. This can at best be a mental, you can say, exercise, critical thinking, something like that. But there is no result of it. Thinking is based on memory. Memory is based on experience. Experiences are limited. Something that is limited, you cannot know that which you don't know. Please understand. Right now, you don't know what the absolute truth really is. You are saying silence, silence, but you don't know the silence. Like in a theoretical manner, that, oh, so this is the property or structure of silence. Not like this. So, if you will try to think, if you will solve it by thinking, by creating concepts, then you would take the help of memory experiences. And if you had any glimpse of that absolute truth in your memory, देन ये सर्च होती है क्यों फिर? क्योंकि एब्सोल्यूट ट्रुथ के बारे में वही सोच सकता है जिसको उसका अनुभव हो, और उसका कोई अनुभव होता नहीं है. देयर इज नो एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ साइलेंस. देयर इज नो एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ साइलेंस. Silence is not another experience. You can only think or conceptualize about something that is experience, something that can become part of your experience. Silence is not experience. Thinking is an experience. You take yourself as the experiencer. You want conclusion only while becoming as a being, as a experiencer. You don't want to jump directly into the silence. It's the last attempt of the ego to preserve itself by saying I'm still finding. All these concepts are useless. You want to delay, you want to postpone, you want to feel proud that now I know. And what you know is just your imagination. It cannot exceed your conditioning. So what have you known? Nothing new. AI cannot think any less than you, right? It has more intellect than you. So you can take the help of ChatGPT and please try to get what exactly this silence is. What exactly is non-duality? It will give you just theory. It has more resources than you. It has more powerful memory than you. It can think within seconds. That's why we are calling it as artificial intelligence. It is artificial brain. So take its help, and you will see the limitations of thinking. It will just give you pointings, but the pointing is not the real thing. Who wants to inquire into what exactly silence is? At least silence doesn't want to do that. Mind wants to do that. And why you are interested in this search? Because you are taking yourself as the mind. I'm saying you are silence. Now, just full stop. Full stop. Now just live like silence. Have total assurance that whatsoever happens, nothing will affect me. Nothing will even improve me. Self improvement is just for the mind. And without any bias, do self observation that this XYZ, he's a stupid guy. He thinks that he have understood his habits, behavior, but still he repeats every day. See, today also he did this. In the morning, he was saying that he won't do. So this is how do your self-observation with detachment. Detachment will come naturally because now you realize that you are not this body mind, this person, this mind. You can even use the subject-object framework. Tesla does exist. He gave this theory, or any other scientist or whatever has happened, or so many self-realized person, all that scriptures. Their existence and your existence arises together. If you are confused, so they are also confused. Please understand, if you are confused, if you are in a confused state, your projection will also be in a confused state. Something that you don't have, your projection can also don't have, cannot have. This is the method of Nisargadatta Maharaj to bring your attention back to the I, ego.